Ladies and gentlemen, every night before your eyes close, your heart speaks silently to the world. What you tell yourself then can shape your tomorrow. Speak wisely, speak kindly, speak truthfully. Let those three lines be your shield, your hope, and your guide. Speak these three lines before you sleep. I am enough. I am grateful. I will try again tomorrow. Saying I am enough might sound simple, but it is one of the most powerful and healing statements you can say to yourself. In a world that constantly tells us we need to do more, be more, look more perfect, or prove ourselves over and over again, this line cuts through all the noise and reminds us of a truth that is often forgotten. Our worth is not based on achievements, appearance, or anyone else's approval. It is a radical declaration of self-acceptance and self-love, which many of us struggle with silently every day. When we truly believe we are enough, it changes everything: how we see ourselves, how we treat ourselves, and how we allow others to treat us. The feeling of not being enough can creep into the corners of our mind without us even noticing. It shows up as harsh self-criticism, comparisons, or that nagging voice that says, "You're not good enough, you don't deserve happiness," or "you have to fix this or that before you can be loved." These thoughts chip away at our confidence and peace, often without any outside pressure, just the relentless expectations we hold for ourselves. Saying I am enough before sleep is a way to confront those toxic thoughts head-on. It is a way to remind ourselves that, despite flaws and mistakes, we are whole and worthy simply because we exist. This affirmation helps us move away from a perfectionist mindset. Perfectionism tricks us into believing that we must be flawless to be worthy. But the truth is that perfection is an illusion. It is a never-ending chase that leaves us exhausted and dissatisfied. When we say I am enough, we break free from this trap. We acknowledge that being human means being imperfect, and that's perfectly okay. It's the imperfections, the struggles, and the unique experiences that make us real and relatable. This acceptance is liberating because it lets us stop battling ourselves and start embracing our authentic self. Repeatedly telling yourself, "I am enough," rewires your brain. Our minds are like sponges. They absorb what we feed them. If the words you hear most often are negative and critical, your brain starts to believe them. But if you consciously replace those negative messages with positive affirmations, over time, your subconscious begins to shift. This process is not magic. It takes patience and consistency. But each night, when you say these words before sleep, you plant a seed in your subconscious that grows slowly but surely. This seed blossoms into stronger self-esteem, better emotional resilience, and a deeper sense of inner peace. Believing you are enough also influences your boundaries and relationships. When you are clear about your worth, you no longer tolerate disrespect, neglect, or toxic behaviors from others. You begin to surround yourself with people who see and appreciate you for who you truly are. Saying I am enough strengthens your voice to say no when something doesn't serve your well-being and yes to what uplifts you. It empowers you to seek support when needed and to give yourself grace when you fall short. This affirmation is especially important in moments of failure or disappointment. Life will test us, sometimes harshly. We will make mistakes, face rejection, or not meet our own expectations. In those moments, it is easy to spiral into self-blame and feel like we are not enough. But saying I am enough is a gentle reminder that our value is not erased by setbacks. Our worth is constant and unchanging, regardless of external outcomes. This mindset helps us heal faster and regain our strength to try again. For those struggling with mental health challenges such as anxiety or depression, this simple line can serve as a powerful anchor. Negative thoughts often distort reality and make a person feel unworthy or undeserving of happiness. Affirming I am enough challenges these false beliefs and builds a foundation for self-compassion and healing. While it is not a cure on its own, it is a step toward changing the inner dialogue from harsh judgment to gentle kindness. The phrase "I am enough" also encourages mindfulness and presence. Instead of worrying about what could be or should be, it pulls you back to the present moment and the reality of who you are right now. This presence is a form of self-respect and acceptance that reduces stress and cultivates calm. When you end your day with these words, you send yourself off to sleep with a heart that is lighter and a mind that is more peaceful. The journey to believing you are enough is a journey inward. It requires patience, courage, and repeated practice. No one else can give you this belief. It must come from within. Saying these words every night before sleep is a commitment to yourself, a promise to honor your worth, regardless of the world's standards or your own doubts. It is a daily act of rebellion against the lies that tell you otherwise, and a celebration of your true, inherent value as a human being. The moments before we fall asleep are quietly powerful. It is a time when the noise of the day settles, and the mind becomes a vessel for our deepest thoughts. What we tell ourselves in these moments, the words that echo softly in our hearts, can shape not just how we rest, but how we wake, how we face the world, and how we believe in ourselves. This inner dialogue, often overlooked, is one of the most important conversations we will ever have. It is not about grand speeches or elaborate plans, but about the simple, honest statements we whisper to ourselves in the dark. These words plant seeds, seeds that will grow into the beliefs that guide our actions and shape our destiny. When we speak kindly to ourselves before sleep, we engage in an act of self-care that has the power to heal wounds and build strength. Saying "I am enough" is a radical act in a world that constantly tells us we are not. It pushes back against the voices of doubt and insecurity that may have followed us all day. This phrase reminds us that our value does not depend on our achievements, our failures, or the approval of others. It roots us firmly in our humanity, reminding us that simply being, our presence, our heart, our soul, is worthy and whole. Repeating this line before sleep sends a message to our subconscious mind, the part of us that stores memories and shapes habits, that we accept ourselves fully. Over time, this acceptance grows into confidence, resilience, and peace. The act of speaking 3 lines before sleep is not just about affirming self-worth, but also about shifting our focus toward gratitude. When we say "I am grateful," we acknowledge the good in our lives, however small or large. Gratitude is a powerful force. It changes our perception from what is lacking to what is abundant. This shift is essential because our brains are wired to notice threats and problems, an evolutionary survival skill, but it can also trap us in cycles of negativity. By consciously reminding ourselves of what we appreciate, we create a mental environment where positivity can thrive. This environment nurtures joy and hope, even in times of struggle. It is like watering a garden in the mind, allowing flowers of happiness and peace to bloom amid the thorns of hardship. The 3rd line, "I will try again tomorrow," plants a seed of resilience. Life is filled with challenges and setbacks, but what defines us is our willingness to rise after falling. This statement is a promise to ourselves that failure is not final, and that every day brings a new chance to move forward. It softens the blow of disappointment and encourages patience with our journey. By ending the day with this vow, we free ourselves from the weight of yesterday's mistakes and give ourselves permission to start fresh. This fosters a mindset of growth and perseverance, crucial for personal transformation. Together, these 3 lines create a powerful ritual. They frame sleep not just as a physical rest, but as a moment of mental and emotional renewal. They help us let go of the harsh judgments of the day, embrace what is good, and prepare for what is possible. This ritual, repeated nightly, rewires the brain and strengthens the spirit. It builds a foundation of self-love, gratitude and hope that can carry us through even the darkest nights. In a world where we often forget to be gentle with ourselves, speaking these 3 lines before sleep is a radical and necessary act. It is a simple practice with profound impact, offering a quiet revolution in how we relate to ourselves and our lives. It is an invitation to end each day with kindness and courage, and to awaken with a heart ready to face whatever comes next. Saying, "I will try again tomorrow" is more than just a hopeful phrase. It is a powerful promise to yourself, a commitment to resilience and growth. Life is full of challenges, mistakes, and moments when things do not go as planned. Every person faces setbacks, sometimes big, sometimes small. But what truly defines us is not the fall, but the willingness to get back up. This simple statement reminds you that failure is not the end, but just a part of the journey. It encourages a mindset that embraces persistence, patience, and the courage to keep moving forward, no matter how hard today was. When we encounter difficulties, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or defeated. Our minds can get stuck replaying what went wrong, leading to discouragement and sometimes even giving up. But when you say, "I will try again tomorrow," you create a mental break from the heaviness of today. You tell your heart that no matter what happened, tomorrow is a new chance to make things better. This mindset shifts your focus from failure to opportunity, allowing you to rest with hope rather than regret. It is a mental reset that gives your spirit permission to heal and prepare for a fresh start. This phrase also teaches us the importance of patience with ourselves. Growth and change do not happen overnight. They take time, effort, and sometimes multiple attempts. By saying, "I will try again tomorrow," you acknowledge that progress is a process. You give yourself grace to be imperfect and to learn from mistakes. This patience is essential because harsh self-judgment only makes it harder to keep going. Instead, this promise is a gentle reminder that every effort, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goals. The commitment to try again also fuels hope. Hope is a powerful force that keeps us alive and motivated. Without hope, it is easy to surrender to despair or apathy. When you promise yourself that you will try again tomorrow, you keep hope alive. It is like planting a seed that will grow into determination and strength. This hope does not mean ignoring reality or pretending problems do not exist. Rather, it means believing in your ability to face those problems and keep fighting. It helps you build resilience, the inner strength to withstand challenges and bounce back. Saying, "I will try again tomorrow," also encourages learning from failure. Every mistake and setback contains valuable lessons, if we are willing to see them. When you embrace the idea of trying again, you open yourself to reflection and growth. You become willing to ask yourself what went wrong, what can be improved, and how to move forward differently. This mindset turns failure from a dead end into a stepping stone. It empowers you to take responsibility for your journey without being trapped by guilt or shame. This statement also reminds us that life is not a sprint but a marathon. Sometimes progress feels slow and success seems far away. But by promising to try again tomorrow, you commit to the long journey with endurance. You accept that success requires consistent effort over time. This daily promise builds momentum. Each day you try again, you build strength, confidence, and skill. Over time, these small, repeated efforts add up to significant change. The phrase encourages self-compassion. When we fail or face setbacks, it is easy to be our own harshest critic. We judge ourselves for not being perfect or for not achieving more. But saying, "I will try again tomorrow," is an act of kindness to yourself. It acknowledges that you are human and that making mistakes is part of being alive. This compassion helps reduce anxiety and self-doubt, creating a safe space for growth. Trying again tomorrow also helps combat fear of failure. Fear often holds us back from even starting or continuing. It makes us avoid risks and stay stuck in comfort zones. But when you commit to trying again, you face that fear head-on. You learn that failure is not something to dread but something to expect and overcome. This courage opens the door to new experiences and opportunities that would otherwise be missed. This simple phrase can be a powerful nightly ritual. Ending the day with the promise to try again tomorrow sends a message to your subconscious mind that you are resilient and determined. It prepares your mind for rest, knowing that you are not giving up but simply pausing. This peace of mind improves sleep quality and mental clarity for the next day. "I will try again tomorrow" helps you maintain a growth mindset. Instead of seeing abilities and talents as fixed, you view them as qualities that can be developed with effort. This belief encourages curiosity, learning, and persistence. It empowers you to face challenges with confidence, knowing that each attempt, whether successful or not, is part of becoming better. Consistent practice of kind self-talk transforms your life outlook in ways that are both subtle and profound. The words we say to ourselves on a daily basis create the foundation for our beliefs, attitudes, and emotional well-being. When we make it a habit to speak kindly and positively, especially in moments of solitude and before sleep, we are actively shaping our mindset to be more supportive, hopeful, and resilient. This practice is not a quick fix but a long-term commitment that gradually rewires our brain and shifts our perspective toward growth and self-acceptance. Kind self-talk works by replacing the negative inner dialogue that many people experience. Often we are our own harshest critics, replaying mistakes, doubting our abilities, and focusing on shortcomings. This negative self-talk chips away at our confidence and increases feelings of anxiety and depression. By choosing to replace these thoughts with kind and encouraging words, we begin to break this damaging cycle. Kind self-talk acts like a shield against self-doubt and negativity, allowing us to stand stronger in the face of challenges. The power of consistent practice lies in its ability to build new neural pathways in the brain. Our minds are incredibly adaptable and can change based on what we focus on. When kind words become a regular part of our mental routine, the brain starts to expect positivity and support rather than criticism. This expectation influences how we interpret events and react emotionally. Over time, this leads to a more optimistic and balanced outlook on life. We start to see ourselves as capable and worthy even in moments of struggle. Kind self-talk also encourages a greater sense of self-compassion. Many people struggle with feelings of shame or guilt when they don't meet their own or others' expectations. These feelings can be paralyzing and prevent us from moving forward. Speaking kindly to ourselves helps to soften these harsh judgments. It reminds us that being human means making mistakes and having imperfections, and that these do not define our value. This compassion creates a safe emotional space where healing and growth can occur. This practice influences not only how we feel about ourselves but also how we interact with others. When we nurture kindness within, it becomes easier to extend that kindness outward. Our relationships improve because we approach others with more patience, understanding, and empathy. Kind self-talk reduces irritability and defensiveness, fostering more harmonious connections. By treating ourselves with respect and care, we set a standard for how we allow others to treat us. Another important effect of consistent kind self-talk is its role in building resilience. Life is unpredictable and setbacks are inevitable. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficulties and keep moving forward. When we practice kind self-talk, we develop inner resources that help us handle stress and adversity. Encouraging words like "I can handle this" or "I am doing my best" provide strength during tough times. This internal encouragement motivates us to keep trying, even when the path is hard. Kind self-talk also helps to reduce stress and anxiety. Negative thoughts often trigger the body's stress response, leading to physical symptoms like tension, headaches, and fatigue. When we replace those thoughts with calming and reassuring words, the body can relax. This relaxation improves our overall health and supports better sleep. Ending the day with kind affirmations prepares the mind and body for rest, which is essential for emotional balance. Incorporating kind self-talk into daily life can be done in simple, practical ways. It can start with small moments, such as noticing negative thoughts and gently correcting them with positive alternatives. Writing affirmations in a journal, repeating encouraging phrases before sleep, or setting reminders on the phone are effective methods. The key is consistency, making kindness toward oneself a regular habit rather than an occasional practice. The transformation that comes from consistent kind self-talk may not always be immediately visible. It often works quietly beneath the surface, gradually changing the way we perceive ourselves and the world. Over weeks and months, these small shifts accumulate into a powerful change in mindset. We become more hopeful, confident, and able to face life's challenges with grace. Ultimately, consistent practice of kind self-talk is a form of self-respect. It acknowledges that we deserve care and compassion just like anyone else. By speaking kindly to ourselves, we honor our own humanity and create a foundation for a healthier, happier life. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you or listing things that went well during the day. It is a mindset, a way of training the brain to focus on what is good, even when life feels heavy and overwhelming. When you say I am grateful before you sleep, you are telling your mind to notice the blessings instead of the burdens, the light instead of the darkness. This simple shift in focus can change your whole outlook on life and bring peace to your heart. The human brain is wired to pay more attention to problems and threats. This is an evolutionary survival mechanism. Our ancestors had to notice dangers quickly to stay alive. But today this natural tendency often traps us in cycles of worry, stress, and negativity. When we dwell on what is missing, what went wrong, or what we fear, we give more power to those thoughts. Gratitude interrupts that cycle. It rewires the brain to look for positives, however small, and this rewiring gradually leads to a more hopeful and balanced perspective. Gratitude helps us recognize the good in even the smallest moments. It could be as simple as the warmth of the sun on your face, a kind smile from a stranger, or a comforting meal. These small moments might seem insignificant, but when you pay attention to them, they build a reservoir of joy and contentment. Saying I am grateful before sleep invites you to count these blessings, not as a task, but as a gentle reflection. This reflection acts like a balm, soothing worries and anxieties by reminding you that life still holds beauty and kindness. Regular practice of gratitude also improves mental and physical health. Studies have shown that people who actively practice gratitude tend to feel happier, less depressed, and more optimistic. Their stress levels decrease, and their sleep improves. When you tell yourself I am grateful before sleep, you are helping your body relax and your mind settle. This peaceful state encourages better rest, which is essential for overall well-being. The connection between gratitude and health is real, and it begins with small, consistent moments like this. Gratitude also strengthens relationships. When we focus on what we appreciate about the people around us, our interactions become kinder and more meaningful. It reduces feelings of jealousy, resentment, and anger, replacing them with understanding and love. Saying I am grateful can remind you of the support, love, and kindness you have received, even during tough times. This awareness deepens connections and helps build a support system that is crucial for resilience. Another powerful effect of gratitude is its ability to shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Scarcity thinking focuses on what we lack, creating fear and insecurity. Abundance thinking, fueled by gratitude, acknowledges that there is enough love, and enough opportunity, enough strength to get through challenges. This shift encourages generosity and openness instead of fear and withdrawal. When you say I am grateful each night, you are practicing abundance, which opens the door to new possibilities and growth. Gratitude also gives us a stronger sense of purpose. When you recognize the good in your life, you begin to see how your experiences, both good and bad, contribute to your growth. It helps you find meaning in struggles and appreciate the lessons they bring. Saying I am grateful helps you end the day with a heart that sees beyond pain and difficulty, focusing instead on growth and learning. This perspective gives strength and motivation to face the next day with courage. In moments of hardship or despair, gratitude can be a lifeline. When everything feels dark and heavy, it might seem impossible to find anything to be thankful for. But even then, gratitude invites us to look closely, to find a tiny spark, a small comfort, or a fleeting moment of peace. Holding on to that spark can help carry us through difficult nights and remind us that light still exists. Saying I am grateful is not about ignoring pain, but about choosing to see hope alongside it. Gratitude also nurtures humility. It reminds us that we are part of a larger story, connected to others and to the world around us. Recognizing the kindness and beauty in life encourages respect and care for what we have and for the people who enrich our lives. This humility breaks down walls of pride and isolation, opening us to community and compassion. Saying I am grateful before sleep is a way to anchor yourself in this connectedness, fostering peace and belonging. Practicing gratitude consistently creates a positive feedback loop. The more you focus on gratitude, the more you notice reasons to be grateful. This ongoing cycle makes happiness and contentment more accessible, even during storms. Saying I am grateful before sleep each night reinforces this loop, helping you build a resilient and hopeful heart. Nighttime holds a special kind of magic, a pause from the hustle and chaos of the day. It is a sacred moment when the world slows down and we finally have space to breathe, to reflect, and to heal. This quiet time before sleep is not just about resting the body, it is an essential time for the mind and heart to recover from the battles faced throughout the day. Recognizing nighttime as a sacred moment for healing means honoring its power to renew us, both mentally and emotionally. During the day, our minds are bombarded with thoughts, worries, plans, and distractions. We carry burdens of stress, fear, or pain that weigh heavily on us. The noise can be overwhelming, leaving little room for peace. When night falls, it offers a gentle invitation to step away from this chaos. It is a time to turn inward and allow the swirling thoughts to settle. This settling is the beginning of healing because it creates a calm space where the mind can process experiences and emotions without interference. The sacredness of nighttime also comes from its ability to restore balance. Our bodies and minds work best when given proper rest, and sleep is a vital component of this restoration. Quality rest repairs not only physical fatigue but also emotional exhaustion. When we honor this moment, we give ourselves permission to fully disconnect from worries and expectations. This disconnection helps prevent the buildup of stress that can affect our health and happiness. Nighttime becomes a sanctuary where healing begins naturally. This moment before sleep is an opportunity for mindfulness, a chance to be present with ourselves in silence and stillness. In our busy lives, we often neglect this presence, rushing through tasks and neglecting self-care. Nighttime, however, forces a pause that invites reflection. When we choose to use this time wisely, we can acknowledge the struggles and successes of the day without judgment. This acceptance allows wounds, whether emotional or mental, to begin their slow repair. Acknowledging pain without resistance is an important step toward healing. The sacredness of night lies in its promise of renewal. Each night brings the hope of a fresh start. No matter how difficult today was, the coming day offers new possibilities. This cyclical nature of night and day reminds us that life is constantly moving forward and changing. When we respect nighttime as a healing moment, we align ourselves with this natural rhythm. We learn to let go of what no longer serves us and prepare our hearts and minds for what is to come. Nighttime also encourages quiet contemplation, which is essential for emotional health. It provides a space to process feelings that might have been ignored or suppressed during the day. These moments of introspection can lead to greater self-understanding and clarity. When we engage with our inner world before sleep, we can release negative emotions and make room for peace and acceptance. This release lightens the emotional load carried within us. In many traditions and cultures, night is considered a time for spiritual healing. It is a time when the soul can reconnect with deeper truths beyond the surface struggles. This connection offers comfort and strength, reminding us that we are part of something larger than our immediate troubles. Honoring nighttime as sacred means allowing space for the spiritual renewal, which often brings profound peace and resilience. Healing during the night is not always immediate or obvious. It is a gradual, gentle process that unfolds as we rest. Our brains consolidate memories and emotions during sleep, helping us make sense of our experiences. Our bodies repair damaged tissues and strengthen the immune system. This natural healing is a reminder that sometimes the best thing we can do for ourselves is simply to rest and allow time to do its work. Recognizing nighttime as a sacred moment for healing also encourages us to create rituals that support this process. These rituals might include quiet reflection, prayer, journaling, or speaking affirmations. Such intentional acts signal to our minds and bodies that it is time to unwind and heal. Over time, these rituals create a sense of safety and peace around bedtime, making it easier to let go of stress and enter restful sleep. Understanding the sacredness of nighttime encourages us to protect this time from distractions. In a world of screens, notifications, and constant connectivity, guarding the quiet moments before sleep is an act of self-respect. It means setting boundaries with technology and external demands so that the mind can truly rest. This protection is crucial for allowing the full benefits of healing and renewal to take place. Simple, positive affirmations are more than just catchy phrases or motivational quotes. They are powerful tools that help build emotional strength and resilience from within. When life throws challenges our way, it is these affirmations that can act as anchors, keeping us steady in the storm. Using simple words like "I am enough," "I am grateful," or "I will try again tomorrow," can create a mental shield against negativity and self-doubt. These affirmations remind us of our worth and ability, helping us to navigate difficult emotions with courage and hope. The beauty of simple affirmations lies in their accessibility. They do not require complicated language or deep philosophical understanding. Anyone can use them, regardless of age, background, or education. Because they are straightforward and easy to remember, they can be repeated often, becoming a natural part of our daily thought patterns. This repetition is key because it gradually rewires the brain, replacing harmful negative beliefs with positive, supportive ones. Positive affirmations work by influencing the subconscious mind, which is responsible for shaping many of our habits, emotions, and reactions. Often our subconscious is filled with negative messages learned from past experiences, societal pressures, or self-criticism. These messages can limit our potential and make us feel weak or unworthy. By consciously choosing to repeat simple, positive affirmations, we start to overwrite those negative scripts. Over time, this process strengthens our emotional foundation, giving us the confidence to face challenges without fear or hesitation. Another important aspect is that simple affirmations are flexible and personal. They can be adapted to fit individual needs or situations. For example, someone feeling overwhelmed might repeat, "I am calm and in control," while another person facing self-doubt might say, "I believe in myself." This personal connection makes the affirmations more effective because they speak directly to the heart's current state. When we feel understood and supported by our own words, it boosts our emotional resilience. The power of affirmations also lies in their ability to focus our attention. Our minds naturally drift towards problems, worries, and fears, often magnifying them out of proportion. Affirmations act like a spotlight, shifting our focus from what is wrong or missing to what is strong and possible. This shift in attention is crucial because where we place our focus determines our emotional state. By regularly using positive affirmations, we train ourselves to see opportunities instead of obstacles, solutions instead of problems. Simple affirmations also help reduce the impact of stress. When we face stressful situations, our bodies and minds react with tension, anxiety, and sometimes even panic. Affirmations calm this response by sending messages of reassurance and safety to the brain. When we say to ourselves, "I am safe" or "I can handle this," we trigger the body's relaxation response. This reduces the harmful effects of chronic stress and helps us stay grounded during difficult times. Moreover, these affirmations promote self-compassion. In a world that often pushes us to be perfect or to constantly achieve more, it is easy to become our own harshest critic. Simple affirmations encourage kindness towards ourselves. They remind us that making mistakes or having struggles does not diminish our value. When we speak kindly to ourselves through affirmations, we nurture a more forgiving and loving inner voice. This self-compassion builds emotional strength by creating a safe inner environment where we can heal and grow. Using simple positive affirmations consistently can also improve our relationships. When we feel emotionally strong and confident, we communicate better, set healthy boundaries, and attract positive connections. Affirmations encourage a mindset of positivity and openness, which spills over into how we interact with others. By believing in ourselves and our worth, we allow others to see and appreciate us as well. Simple affirmations can be used anytime and anywhere. They are portable mental tools that we can carry with us through the day. Whether whispered silently before sleep, repeated during stressful moments, or used as reminders in daily life, they provide ongoing emotional support. This constant availability makes them a practical and effective way to maintain emotional strength in a busy and often challenging world. Words spoken in silence carry a weight that often goes unnoticed, but is deeply powerful. When we think about communication, we usually imagine loud voices, bustling conversations, or written messages. However, the quiet words we say to ourselves in moments of solitude, especially before sleep, have a unique impact on our emotions and mindset. These silent words become a conversation with the deepest parts of our being, the subconscious mind that absorbs and processes what we say even when we are not fully aware. This inner dialogue can build us up or tear us down, depending on the nature of the words we choose. The power of silent words lies in their intimacy. When the world around us quiets down and distractions fade, the mind turns inward. In this stillness, the things we tell ourselves echo louder than ever. These silent affirmations shape our beliefs about ourselves, our capabilities, and our worth. Unlike spoken words meant for others, these are for us alone, raw, honest, and vulnerable. Because they are not filtered or edited for anyone else's ears, they carry an emotional truth that can either nurture or damage our self-esteem. Many times we underestimate the influence of these silent words. Negative self-talk can sneak in unnoticed and become a harmful habit. Phrases like "I'm not good enough," "I always fail," or "I don't deserve happiness" may feel like fleeting thoughts, but they embed themselves deeply into the mind. Over time, they form mental patterns that can trap us in cycles of doubt and low confidence. Conversely, positive silent words have the power to reshape these patterns. By consciously choosing kind, encouraging, and hopeful words before sleep, we can reprogram our subconscious to support us rather than sabotage us. This silent dialogue is particularly important because it happens during sleep's transition, a critical time when the mind is most receptive. Neuroscience shows that before sleep, our brains consolidate memories and emotions, processing the day's experiences. The words we repeat to ourselves become part of this processing. Positive affirmations whispered silently can influence how we remember events, how we feel about ourselves, and how ready we are to face challenges the next day. This is why what we say quietly to ourselves matters just as much as what we say aloud. Silent words also have the power to calm and soothe. At the end of a long, stressful day, the mind can be noisy with worries and regrets. Speaking gentle, comforting words silently can reduce anxiety and prepare the heart for rest. When we tell ourselves, "I am safe, I am loved," or "tomorrow is a new day," these silent assurances act like a balm for the soul. They help replace fear and tension with peace and hope. This calming effect improves the quality of our sleep, which in turn affects our mood and energy the following day. Moreover, silent words carry emotional honesty. Sometimes, it's hard to express feelings out loud due to fear of judgment or misunderstanding. But in private, we can speak our truth freely. This honest self-talk allows us to face difficult emotions like sadness, anger, or fear without hiding them. Acknowledging these feelings silently before sleep is a form of emotional release and healing. It prepares us to rest with less emotional baggage and wake up with a clearer mind. The power of silent words extends beyond just self-talk. It shapes how we respond to life's challenges. When we affirm our strength, resilience, and worth in the quiet moments, we build an internal support system. This inner voice becomes a source of courage when external voices doubt us. It becomes a reminder of our potential when we feel lost. These silent affirmations are like seeds planted deep within, growing roots of confidence and hope that sustain us through difficult times. Finally, silent words before sleep can create a positive cycle. When we end each day with kind and hopeful words to ourselves, we nurture a habit of self-love and positivity. This habit, repeated nightly, rewires the brain over time, making positive thinking more natural. It shifts the lens through which we view ourselves and the world, leading to greater happiness and emotional resilience.